Hello, hello. I wanted to get on and give some tips for holiday budgeting since we are in the midst of the holiday season. I'm filming this actually on Thanksgiving, and I'm in the southeastern United States. And here tomorrow is what's known as Black Friday. And whew, that's like a big shopping day. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Michelle. I am a 48-year-old mom and part-time teacher. After 20 years of full-time teaching, I've been teaching part-time for 2 years. I'm a high school English teacher. I love it. And I'm also the mom of a teenager. So busy stuff. I wanted to share some holiday budgeting tips because I'm on this money journey. And I find that people fall into two categories. There's either people who are struggling with the same problem as you, or they used to have the same problem and they're sharing their tips and tricks for how they kind of overcame that. And then there's people who never had that problem. And unfortunately, I feel like so much of like YouTube and blogs and a lot of social media is really people who like had the problem and now they're telling you kind of how they got over the problem. So like for me, I have credit card debt. I'm always watching people talk about how they're debt free and, all this kind of stuff. But I wish there were more people online who shared like their habits, who were never in debt. Like, so what did you all's lives look like? Like, what were the little habits you did just growing up that the rest of us didn't do? And so I want to share my holiday budgeting tips because I do not have a problem with overspending in regards to shopping. And so I felt like I would share with you like my habits because it's not something I've struggled with. It's just these are things that I do. And I guess as a result of that, I don't have a problem with it. So the first one is no window shopping. Now, because we're in this digital age, that also means like no going to random websites either, just to see what's on sale. So let me tell you what that looks like or what I don't do. So I still Christmas shop, not as much as I used to, but I still do. But what I do is when I go to a brick and mortar store, when I go to a place online, I'm going for a very specific reason. And if they don't have what I need, I leave. I don't look around. I'm not looking to see, well, what else is on sale, or I leave. And so that is the first rule, no window shopping. So this holiday season, figure out why you're in that particular store. Why are you there online? And then if they don't have it, then leave. The second thing is no random gifts. Now, this is the time of year where we just spend, spend, spend. And so random gifts are for people who really were not on your list. So like right now, you already know who you're buying gifts for. So it might be kids, a spouse, a partner, maybe coworkers, friends and family, like that. But then what happens at this time of year is we all kind of get in the Christmas spirit and we're like, oh man, I got to buy my hairdresser or my nail technician or the person who washes my dog or the people in my book club or on my bowling team or my coworkers or my boss or my child's teachers. I got to buy them something. No, you don't. And now if you can't not buy them something, I do not buy anything anymore. But what I did was when I did buy like think of those random people and I just wanted to say, give them something, but I didn't want to break my budget, I would go to Dollar Tree, get 2 boxes of Christmas cards. There's usually like 12 a piece, so that's like 24 cards. And then I would buy some candy canes, and Dollar Tree is fancy, y'all. Dollar Tree has some really fancy candy canes. So they don't have just the peppermint now. They have like old school candy flavors like lemon heads and Alexander the Grape. They also have like some little fancy looking ones. They're like caramel and chocolate. They have some Kool-Aid ones. They have some sweet tart. I mean, they got all kinds. So what I used to do is I would fill out a card, happy holidays from Michelle, peace and blessings from Michelle. I would write the person's name on the front of the envelope, tape a candy cane, give it to them, say, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. So if you're not quite ready to just say happy holidays and you feel like you have to give random people stuff, do that. Way more budget friendly. Because think about it, you could do that for like under $10. The last one is buy less. buy less. Just buy less. And so what that means is that inevitably when you are out shopping, especially if you're one of those people who you're like shopping in a group, you're going to find one more thing that this person would love. And you're like, I should just get this because they're going to love this. No, don't get it. And if you are going to get it, then you have to be willing to say, you know what? I really do think they would love this gift, but I'm going to take back or send back one of the other gifts I got them because I don't want to blow my budget. I don't want to have to be paying for stuff in January and February. Okay. And so I would say buy less, honestly, because if you really think about it, most people, I mean, well, if you have little kids, they really do have their heart set on like one particular gift or two particular gifts, and even adults, but you already bought that. And so you don't have to buy that other thing because that's probably not going to move the needle that much on their Christmas. You know what I mean? And I think we all know that people love us without having to buy us gifts. And this is coming from someone whose love language is gifts. So I'm very thoughtful when it comes to my gift giving. And then I'm going to leave you with a bonus tip because this is what I used to do when my son was little is I would buy gifts year round. Okay. And I had a container and it was like one of those Rubbermaid containers with a lid, and I would tape a Post-it note on the side and it said gifts. And so what I would do is I would pick up gifts throughout the year. Now, technically, this may end up, if I added all that up, it probably would be more money than if I shopped just at Christmas time. But I found that it didn't break my budget, 10 here, 20 here. And here's the plus of that. If you have little kids, then, they are always getting invited to something. But that was not in my budget. So he'd come home and he'd have invites to different birthday parties. And of course you have to give a gift. So what I started doing was when I saw little kid stuff on sale, little toys and stuff, I would just buy a couple of them. And then I had this bin literally called gifts. And whenever he got invited to a party, I would let him just go pick a gift out for that kid. And then all I'd have to do is buy the bag from, of course, Dollar Tree, and we'd pick out a little card, and then, it didn't cost me as much money. So you could do the same thing with Christmas gifts too. Like if you're somebody who, you really do like to shop, and you're kind of in stores frequently, you could get you a little bin and just put the stuff in there. The other plus side of that is I really think it just helps us be a little bit more relaxed during the holiday season and not quite so frantic with trying to find things because we've kind of been getting people things throughout the year. Now, because I am a creature of habit, and have been a minimalist for a very, very long time, with my son, because that's the person that I buy the most gifts for, I just started getting gifts in certain categories. So then I could always know what I was going to get. He usually gets one big thing and then he gets pajamas, and we get them from Old Navy. So every year, I get him 2 pairs of pajama bottoms from Old Navy. I mean, that's depending on when you get it, that could be anywhere between 25 and 40 bucks. So it's not like a budget buster. And so that's another tip. Is that you might want to start getting people gifts based on categories. And then every year you're not racking your brain, trying to figure out what you're going to get them. So maybe you always get this particular person a candle from Bath and Body, or you get them stuff from Bath and Body, or you always get somebody a book, or, that kind of stuff. That way, they kind of look forward to, oh, I wonder what book they're going to get me this year, or I wonder what candle from Bath and Body they're going to get me this year. So quick recap. 1, no window shopping. So starting today, don't get online seeing what's the Cyber Monday sales and all that kind of stuff unless you know exactly what you're looking for, but no window shopping. And also tomorrow, if you're going to go shopping, only get what you need. You already know who you're shopping for. You already know what you want to get them. Just that. 2, no random gifts. So all those random folks, happy holidays, and that's it. If not, go ahead, get them a card with a candy cane taped to the front. And then the last one is buy less. So if you get the people what you thought they wanted, no, you do not need to buy one more thing. We don't need to stuff stockings with all those little trinkets and all that stuff. You don't have to do that. Honestly, you don't. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other tips that we could use during this holiday season, please feel free to share. Again, do not feel like you need to go into debt to make people happy, because you really don't. And until later, be grateful. Bye-bye.